I consider myself to be a Howard Stern expert. I don't know if some want to hear that or some will think I'm crazy because I never met him. I guess you have the right to think what you want, but I also do as well. I have been listening and watching Howard Stern for God only knows how long. The 90s at the 90s. No, the 80s. I want to say I know him very well. Now that being said, one thing that was not mentioned in this video. Did you ever just think for just a little example that radio and things have changed from the 80s and the 90s and the 2000s and 2010? Did you ever just think for just a little small second that millions of people have more options to listen to other stuff? Did you ever just sit and think and wonder just for a second? Wait a second. Let's just put Howard on the side. Just things changed in general. Everyone has a platform now, which isn't really such a good thing because if you see how those people on TikTok, they're making fools out of themselves. We're getting dumber and dumber as a society. Not that I care. I gave up on trying to teach. It's irrelevant. There's more stations and more YouTube channels and easier access to listen to everyone and anyone. Everyone wants to be a celebrity. Everyone wants to be something. Did you guys ever think that or no? Am I wrong for saying that? Did I shed light on something? Back in the days, you could listen to K-Rock and that was pretty much it. And Man Cow at the very least, if you call that radio, those were the only two that you had. And obviously Howard Stern conquered it. Now there's more than two channels. Did that ever come to mind? Yeah, no, maybe? Yeah, I probably not. Well, now I just shed some light on it. Everyone has a fucking iPhone. Everyone has a fucking YouTube channel. Everyone and anyone could create a TikTok account. Everyone and anyone is doing the most dumbest fucking shit out there. So it's not just Howard. It's the whole entire platform that anyone and everyone has a stage. Stupid. Now, the next thing that this didn't talk about, and it's been going on for a long time. Did you ever notice that, and this happens to me too, it always happens to me. You can't listen to someone every day for the rest of your life. Did that ever occur to you? Do you know how many YouTube subscribers or how many YouTube views I used to have versus the YouTube views that I have now? They're all different. They're all different people. All the people who used to watch me in 2010 or 2015, 2016, 2017, they're all gone. Even my exes, they're all gone. Even law enforcement for most of the power, they're all gone. Now I got a new set of people. Now I got a new set of investigators. Now I got a new set of agencies. Now I got a new set of law enforcement. And probably in a couple years, they'll be off my channel too. We can't watch the same person for the rest of our lives. That's just the way it goes. What Howard Stern has created for the decades that he has is beyond unbelievable. There's a reason why they call him the king of media. So, is he falling down? Is he going Hollywood? We could talk about that later, but I think he already did what he did. How many fucking games can Michael Jordan play? How many rings can Michael Jordan win? He already beat you guys. So now it's time to do something different. And you guys are sitting here like, well, I don't understand. Well, Howard's gone Hollywood. Well, Howard doesn't give a fuck anymore. I mean, Howard already achieved everything that humanly possible. Jesus Christ looking at me now. We have the biggest things on planet Earth. We got Michael Jordan, who is the best basketball player on planet Earth in the history of planet Earth. And there will never be another Michael Jordan. He is, without a doubt, the best basketball player on planet Earth. That's a fact of life. That whole LeBron James thing versus Michael Jordan, that was just to talk and to create controversy so people could argue. You guys both know LeBron comes nowhere near Jordan when we're on a serious matter. Michael Jordan is the best basketball player on earth. Mike Tyson. There is no doubt in my mind that Mike Tyson is the best boxer on the planet Earth. There was something with his shoulder. There was something with his arm. He is the best boxer on planet Earth. Those are just facts of life. And if you argue with me on that, you're not a very educated person. Howard Stern. He is, without a doubt, in my mind, a fact of life. Records have proven it. Numbers have proven it. Salaries have proven it. Shows have proven it. He is, without a doubt, the best radio personality in the history of planet Earth. These are just facts. You can't do this shit forever. It's called growing up. It's called expanding. It's called, you can't do this shit forever. I said this all the time, and people get mad at me when I say this. I don't know why. Girls really get mad at me when I say this. You can't be with the same person for the rest of your life. You can't be with the same guy for the rest of your life. Does it happen? It happens. But the numbers are very low. People want to grow. Excuse my profanity. Pussy gets old. Pussy starts to stink. Cock gets old. We need different. And that's just the reality of it. And if you don't believe me and you don't like my choice of words, look at the divorce rate. The divorce rate's like 65%. And that's just what's public. That doesn't include the people who can't afford a divorce. That doesn't include the people who are just staying together for the kids so they don't, have a fucked up life. You can't wear the same shirt for the rest of your life. You remember when you were a kid? I certainly do. I was in 7th grade. I got a new shirt. Oh, this shirt's fresh. Oh, this is new. I can't wait to go out and wear it. It's just fresh. And the next day, you come home and you think it's as fresh, and it's still fresh, but it's not as fresh. Then you put it in the washer and you take care of it, and then you put it on again 3 weeks later. The shirt's not as fresh. That's the same thing with Howard Stern. That's the same thing with radio. That's the same thing with me. That's the same thing. Remember your first car? I mean, do I really got to sit here and explain this to you? Remember your first car? Oh, it was so cool. The steering wheel, it was nice. It was different. Look at the radio. Look at the smell. It's fresh. Oh, well, about a month, maybe 2. I'll say maybe 3 just to be nice. That car is not as fresh. That car is not as new. I mean, must I go on? We continuing wanting fresh things. We continuing wanting new things. Is there something wrong with that? That's another conversation. But I'm okay. Because I already know how this goes. I've already knew how this goes. That's why I never got married. I already knew I'm not staying with you for the rest of my life. And more importantly, all you girls who've been with me, you should know you shouldn't want to be with me for the rest of my life. But here's the beautiful thing. This is the beautiful thing. You'll leave me for a little while. But later on, when you hang out with that new guy, you'll realize, yeah, this isn't Eric. I'll be back. And it's the same thing with my YouTube viewers. You'll go on other YouTube channels. You'll try to get educated from them. You'll try to learn. You'll try to get some entertainment. You'll go on other news stations and see what's going on in Chicago and the fucked up shit. But then later on, you'll come back to me to get the real facts, to get the real solutions, to get some entertainment, to check in on me. You can go. I used to tell a girl this all the time. Go! But you will return. And I'll take you back. Because life is too short, and that's just the way it fucking goes. So you people who are constantly talking about Howard, I don't even think you're trying to do it for views and attention. I think you're really just doing it because you really just don't understand. You realize that Howard is an elderly man, right? You know, like he's kind of old. Well, why would you fuck with an old guy? You realize that Howard Stern gave you the best entertainment in your whole entire fucking life, right? So instead of just being just a decent person and saying, hey, yeah, he gave me a lot of good laughs. He got me through a lot of fucked up rough times. He made my morning on the way to a fucked up job that I didn't want to be at because I'm such a fucking loser and I had to stay there for 8 hours. Yeah, I remember him. How's he doing? Well, no, instead, you just go ahead and you pull this shit behind a computer, which makes it even worse. It's like you couldn't last in radio for a week. I don't even think you guys could wake up. I know I can't. You know how many times he woke up like at 4 o'clock in the morning or 3 o'clock in the morning just to get at the station at 5 o'clock and he had to stay there for 10 hours? People think this radio shit is like all fun and games. And it's not. I'm not waking up at 3 o'clock in the morning I'm just not. I'm not wired that way. He is, and you're not wired that way either. So let's move on to the next topic with this Howard Stern shit. He's an older man. He already is proved he's the king of media. He's doing something else. He's running for president. You probably haven't figured that out because you're stupid. I told you I was a Howard Stern expert. I'm the first person right now saying Howard Stern is going to run for president. We could talk about that later too. And some of you guys are saying, Eric, you're crazy. Yeah, I haven't heard that before. No, I'm not crazy. You're uneducated. You're not a smart person. You don't know how to read people. You suck. That's why you watch me. That's why you listen to Howard. That's why you watch Howard. That's why you turn in and tune in to listen to radio. Because you're not entertaining. So you need to be entertained. And fuck, I need to be entertained because no one entertains me for fuck's sake. And I'm always entertaining people. And I want to be entertained. Unfortunately, no one could do the fucking job though. Yeah, he's running for president, dipshit. Don't worry, just sit back, you'll see. Another thing with this whole Scott DePace thing. And I don't even want to talk about this because their money is not none of my business. And it's definitely not none of your business. But I already know what's going on with that too. And this is just my opinion. It's not a fact. It's my opinion. It's not just Scott DePace. He's just a main topic for some reason that people are talking about. For some strange, odd reason, and my friend told me this, who's a business owner. 2 people actually told me this who are business owners. They have all these employees who work for the company. And all these employees see the money coming in, see the sales coming in. But all the employees, they don't see the bills that are going out. They just see the money coming in. But what really troubles me more than anything, that money coming in is none of your business at all whatsoever. Some of these people at the Howard Stern show, they got this crazy idea in their head where they get a percentage of what Howard Stern makes. I don't know where they got that. I have no fucking idea. You go to work, you have your salary, whatever that may be, and that's it. But when the news reports Howard Stern is getting millions and millions and millions, which he clearly did and probably still is, you have people like Scott DePace and other people who work for Howard saying, hey, I deserve a percentage of that. No, you don't. I'm sorry. Scott, you're a great engineer. Scott, you are absolutely talented. Scott, I appreciate your work. I appreciate the videos that you've done. I've appreciated the guest appearance. I think you're a funny guy, but you're only a funny guy with Howard. Without Howard, Scott's not funny. That's just the reality of it. I like Scott. I enjoyed him. But I don't believe at all, just because Howard Stern has $1 billion or whatever the big magic number is, I don't know where Scott thinks that he gets a percentage of that. I don't know where a lot of people at the station all of a sudden think that they're entitled to that. I have a very good best friend. If he has a company and he has $1 billion or 50 million, I would never, ever, ever, this is just me though, I'm a different person. I would never go to my friend and say, I'm entitled to that. I'm not entitled to shit. Now, would I ask my best friend for just $1 million? Because that's all I want for something else I'm working on. Would I ask him for $1 million if he had all that money? I would ask him, yes. But I don't think I'm entitled to that. And Howard Stern is not your friend. He is your boss. And I don't even think he's your boss, actually. Maybe he is. I think Siri is your boss, or Siri, whatever that rate. I don't even think Howard's your friend. I think a lot of people try to be his friend for the obvious reasons. So you could stop with that whole Scott DePace and all these other people and everyone who works for Howard. They all talk shit about him. You all try to get a percentage of his money. It's called the Howard Stern Show. It's not called your show. He put this together. He busted his ass off at K-Rock. He busted his ass off in the 70s. He's the one who got fired. He's the one who was jobless. He's the one who went to radio station after radio station. He's the one who worked nights. He's the one who created all this. And he's not just going to give you a percentage of his hard work. It's the same exact thing with Michael Jordan. Dominic's tried to steal Michael Jordan's shit, and Michael Jordan filed a lawsuit, and Jordan won the lawsuit, and then Jordan donated the money after he won the lawsuit, and he did a press release, and he said, it was never about the money. It was about, I worked very hard to become Michael Jordan. I worked very hard to create this name. I sweated day and night, 7 days a week, and for Dominic's to come and just do what they did without my permission, I wasn't going to have that. It's the same thing with you guys. It's the same exact thing. And that's just life. And I won't lie. I'm sure it's just a hair difficult for you, not me. I would be happy if my boss hit it big. I would be sincerely happy. I would be proud of him. I'm fucking proud of Howard, and I'm just a human from Chicago. I'm proud as fuck of him. I would love to talk to him, but I'm not going to ask him for a percentage of his money, you fucks. What's wrong with you people, man? Then the other issue there is, it's just really interesting. You guys are saying, oh, well, Gary Delabate, Baba Booey, he's slacking, and now they're just talking about his lips. Okay, so this is where you just show your lack of intelligence of not knowing Howard Stern. For decades, Howard Stern has talked about Gary Baba Booey's lips. That's what everyone liked. Baba Booey is a celebrity because of Howard Stern. And I love Baba Booey. I love his character. I like him. I really enjoy Baba Booey. There's something about him that he's just a good soul. But with all respect to Baba Booey, there would be no Baba Booey if there was no Howard Stern. Who would bring out Baba Booey? Who would give Baba Booey airtime? Who would change Gary Delabate to the name Baba Booey? Who would have the nerve to say, look at those big gums and those big lips? Radio personalities are boring and they're corny and they're afraid of everything. Howard is the one who created all of that. Sal the stockbroker. Look at him. I enjoy him too. But I understand how Sal the stockbroker is where he is. And God bless him. I'm proud of him. I wish that was me to just a certain extent. I'm not going to get a job there if they ever offered it to me, even back then, because of my work ethic. But he called into a radio station. Howard Stern brought him in. And he made Sal the stockbroker's dream come true. He's on the best radio station in the history of planet Earth because he called in. What radio station would do that? I mean, there's a lot of shit that Howard Stern has done, and it's just beyond unbelievable. And I can't be here all fucking night talking about this shit. That video I saw, you guys have been at it for so long, and again, I don't know if you're bored. I don't know what it is, but you guys don't appreciate shit for shit. You can't do a radio show, especially in the year 2022. There's too many fucking channels. Music has gone to shit. Movies has gone to shit, kinda. TV shows have gone to shit. There's way too many options out there. So it's unlikely someone is going to put their focus. And that's just life. And as far as, and I'll end this on a, just because you guys brought this up, as far as Howard Stern going Hollywood, okay, let him be. Maybe that's what he kind of wanted to do from the get-go, but Hollywood wouldn't accept it. Maybe that's, and I don't even know if this is maybe, I'm just going to say maybe just a little bit. Maybe he was frustrated in the beginning of his career that he felt that he was talented, which he clearly was, and he felt that he should be in Hollywood. Maybe he has had a lot of resentment towards Hollywood and how Hollywood treated him, and now Hollywood has finally figured out the king of media right here. And now he wants to hang out with them. Hang out with them. I don't give a shit. Whatever makes him happy. Whatever makes you happy. You go do what the fuck you gotta do. I don't give a shit. God bless. You guys don't understand Howard. He is probably, I've already identified he's the best radio personality. He is probably in the top 5 people of psychology. He knows how to read your mind. He knows all about you within a minute or two. He's good at that, but none of you have touched on that. I don't know how Michael Jordan and me were never on the Howard Stern show. Watching Michael Jordan and Howard Stern talk would be one of the best shows ever. Because you guys are focusing on Michael Jordan and his basketball and his game. And yeah, we saw that. Let's move past that. I'm focusing on Michael Jordan's psychology. There was something in his mind that programmed his hand to get that ball in the rim. And I shit you not. Some psychologists who are watching this would probably go in my favor. He didn't play with his hand from a physical point of view, sure, but he played more up here. I don't know how the fuck he did it, but Jordan somehow programmed his brain to tell his hand, to tell that ball to go in the fucking rim. And it did. I'm pretty sure if Howard Stern had a basketball at that time, and if he really wanted to program it, he could have as well. But he's programming other stuff. He's reading you guys like the Bible. He's reading you guys like a book. And I'll go in your favor because I'm not fair. There's 2 things that Howard Stern has been wrong about. But 2 things that he's been wrong about in what, 40 years? So he got 2 things wrong. That's a pretty good fucking track record if you ask me.